I think we on. Reach for the sky, boy.
Yeah. Houston, we have a problem. Yes!
What you gonna do? 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 What you gonna do?
Oh yeah. Welcome one, welcome all to the Wrestling Room Podcast, sponsored by nobody.
Us.
Us.
Well, SeatGeek gives us money.
Sponsored by SeatGeek.
Anchor gives us money.
Are they sponsoring the show? We should create segments for the show that just had like start giving out sponsorship opportunities. Brothers.
Yep.
Welcome everybody to the Wrestling Room Now podcast. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Great.
I'm good, man.
Much better.
I'm good. I had a moment, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
Man, we've been having quite a few moments, man, and I guess we ought to just start with the right moment. Last week, brothers, we lost a real one.
Sure enough.
We
That's the way to explain it too.
Man, the untimely passing of Jamin Pugh, known to us as Jay Briscoe, one half of the famous Briscoes, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, one of the most prolific wrestlers that have we've ever had the opportunity to really work with and sit down with and see his maturation as a star from almost start to finish.
Day one.
And it's there's no real words to describe these type of situations. And I know tonight, as of this recording, we record on Wednesdays, his brother Mark Briscoe had a match with Jay Lethal. And if anybody knows what I feel about Ring of Honor during that era when he was at the top of his game, man, you know what Jay Briscoe meant to us as fans, us as wrestling media, and just cohorts, So tonight's gonna be one of those shows. But listen, that's why we took time last week to kind of gather ourselves and get things. But we want to take the time to acknowledge him. We have a space in our show where we'll get a chance to give our thoughts about the life and the career of Jay Briscoe and how he impacted us as wrestling fans. But with that being said,
He was a reach for the skies, boys.
And that's exactly why I said that to start the goddamn show off. It wasn't as sharp, but I just felt like I would go for it.
Yep.
But gentlemen, we talking about the Royal Rumble tonight, man. Tonight is our annual Royal Rumble 2023 preview show. We also got to get into Raw 30 as well as
we have to.
We have to, because see, Brian Day's been talking about wrestling since 8:00 this morning, and guess what? He's going to talk about it.
No, not 8, more like 11. Because before this day got started, you know what I did?
What you did?
Spend some time with the Lord.
Amen.
Hey, I got my head right today.
Hey, listen, that's the best way to start the day, brother. You ain't never lied.
But I fasted on Monday. Well, I had to fast at like 12, but yeah.
Oh, you on one? Okay. Look at you, Brian H. Fasting and praying first way to start the day.
First of all,
I'm proud of you, brother.
Fasting is new. I pray God. No,
that's why I said fasting and praying.
Yeah,
we all pray. But I know, but fasting and praying is a sacrifice because that ain't easy. You got to turn down that plate.
No food, no social media. Bro, that was me. For the obviously I got to do social for work. So I was like, all right, let's wait till noon.
Yeah.
So,
well, good for you, brother. I'm proud. I'm happy to hear that, man. Trust me, it's life changing. I've been there myself. I probably need to go on one more goddamn. So
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got a lot to get into, so we're not going to waste too much time. Hopefully, we're not here too late, but let's get into logistics.
Talk to him.
I'm starting like Road Dogg on purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, it's like, nah. Welcome to the Wrestling Realm Now podcast, where we take a deeper dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, you can watch our flagship show, The Wrestling Realm, and other shows anytime on youtube.com/The Wrestling Realm, where myself, the realness, the real Dwayne Allen, Brian H. Waters, and Brother Hugh has the third explore many topics and try to educate and give fans a different perspective
Brother
on the
Hugh
many.
Looking good right there.
Look at him, different things in the world of professional wrestling. Hey, yo. See,
I didn't even get Jack Daddy. Bro, being the sexy uncle right there.
I didn't even get through the second line of logistics before you started already. See, y'all cutting up. I don't know where I'm at. Anyway, I'm your host, the realness, the real Dwayne. H has the third H S to the H to the E, 3 to the R to the D. He is your host, the Jack Daddy himself, Brian H. Waters.
I covered them up tonight.
That's okay though.
They've been out all day.
Hey, listen, sun's out, guns out. Even though it rained today. Follow us on all social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Wrestling Realm. Like, subscribe, and engage in a conversation with us. You can also stream and download all of our audio content on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. You can watch us and subscribe to our Twitch channel at The Wrestling Realm. Now, this is the time when we begin to advertise. You can shop now at WrestlingRealm.com. Mm-hmm. When it goes back up. If you want to support us and buy merchandise, WrestlingRealm.com is the place you have to go to. But when it gets back up, our most famous and proud t-shirt is Proud Wrestling Fan. A lot of people are closeted wrestling fans. Stop being that way. Coming soon also to
Trapped in a closet.
Coming soon to the WrestlingRealm.com, the new Jack Daddy Brian H. Waters t-shirts. He gets a kick out of this every time, and I keep putting it up. Also, we got a new merch designed after Monday Night Raw. Just something we like to do. This is part of our branding initiative. But that's where you can find everything. We have mugs, we have t-shirts, we have crew necks, all of the above. Also, we ask you to subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/wrestling_realm, where you get good content such as Brian H's thoughts, Brian H is speaking, Brian is just talking, Brian H is writing. He gives his 2 cents on a number of different topics. And also coming this year, Realness Reacts is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. Exclusively on Patreon. That was really loud. Sorry if that like busted anybody's eardrums. Was that loud for you guys?
Yes.
God dang, that was loud.
I don't mind.
Okay, as long as you don't mind, because I say, oh, sheesh, that's kind of inconsiderate. That was loud. Patreon.com/wrestling_realm. That's right. Realness Reacts is coming this year because guess what? Clearly, I have a lot to say. I have a lot to talk about. So you never know what I might say. I
ain't touching that one.
Oh, somebody's got to touch it because I'm going to.
That's why they paying for you to do it.
No, it's okay. Trust me. Hopefully, we get people to subscribe to our Patreon. Also, if you're looking to purchase tickets for sports, concerts, and more, use the promo code Wrestling Realm on SeatGeek.com. Bam. To get $20 off of your purchase. That is promo code Wrestling Realm. It's
over $50.
So far, we've had over $50. Is that
no? Saying no. That's the my bad promo. You got to spend over $50.
Oh, okay, yeah. Spend over $50 to get $20. Well, the ticket's gonna cost that much anyway.
Boom.
No, it's okay. Spend over $50 to get $20 off of your purchase by using our promo code Wrestling Realm.
You can use them if you go into the Super
Bowl, concerts, all the above. Royal Rumble coming up this Saturday. SeatGeek.com. Brothers, I think that's it. I think that's all the logistics. I got through it.
I want to give a quick shout out.
By all means.
Our good brother Drew Willingham just launched his new show, baby. Kayfabe Express. And he had the man, the myth, the legend, the number, Mr. 485 himself, Jay Bougie on there. Great interview. Bougie hit me up after. Was like, bro, I enjoyed myself. I said, yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you did because I knew you would. our guy Drew Willingham. Can't wait to get him on the Wrestling Realm Now podcast.
We have got to get Drew. I did episode 74 of the In and Out Sports Debate with Drew Willingham, and I the shenanigans were galore. Like I couldn't keep up with it. Brother Hugh, like I thought we were bad when it comes to shenanigree, but Drew takes things.
He's on a whole nother level.
He's like, oh wait, y'all like shenanigans? Oh come on over, and we feel just at home.
Bro, right. I was dying laughing. I was rolling. I had a good time with Drew. But like I said, shout out to Drew Willingham and his new show. I know this is something that has been in the works for a long time. So to see it actually come to fruition, man, definitely proud.
Yeah, I was so happy, bro. I was so happy.
Especially when I found out that Jay Bougie was his first guest. I mean, that's like what a perfect way to kick off a whole new brand.
Spend time with him. You know how Bougie get down. So
it's he's definitely one of a kind. I think he has a bright future. Personality, look, everything. And so it's also congratulations to him and all success that he is, continuing to climb the ranks and to just, expand his career, man. So shout out to both Jay Bougie, shout out to both Drew Willingham.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the part of the show.
Justice said that was loud. Replace his ears with Lil Jon's old ear.
I apologize. That was not meant to be that loud. Like I know I did it on purpose to be loud, like the way I edited it, because I was but there's no way for me to turn this down. I had no idea.
I guess I make. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No. We weren't here last week, so it's like I just, last week it was like, no, we're not doing anything, and I forgot. That's on me. It's my fault.
It's all good. Yeah, last week was it was tough.
Yeah, man, that caught me off, man. But this is a good part to jump right into the show because, like I said, hopefully we don't.
Keep you guys announcement.
Oh, you have an announcement? No, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for everybody, the real Dwayne Allen.
Hold on. Hold on. Where's the NWO music? Do we have any?
Oh my god!
Ryan, let's put the NWO music, please, because I don't feel like this is right unless you don't put the music on.
Yo, summons me to the music.
No. Man. I just think it's fitting. Like I'm not trying to be pushy. I just think
well,
like this. There we go. Now you can make your announcement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, each and every Wednesday, you can catch me, Ben Cruz, Cal on Wednesday Worldwide, brought to you by the Ringer Wrestling Show. So make sure y'all tune in, download it on Spotify. It's also available on Apple and wherever you get your podcast from. Hit us for 5-star ratings. So make sure you catch me on Wednesdays are for wrestling. As I said, Wednesdays are for wrestling. So in the morning, I'm recording Wednesday Worldwide. That drops. And after that finished, like once that drops, usually how fast I can get an edit, probably about 2, as I'm the host and producer. Then at 7, TWG Fan Club, and then right here, 10:30, the Wrestling Realm Now podcast.
Why did you have an advertisement ready for your new show?
Yeah, like what?
Like where's we got to put it up there for people that watch. And then you said what?
Because like it was so much going on, and like I had to get a late shape up today.
No, I get it.
But I tell y'all, here's what we did today. That pitch black Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir.
Did a live taste test.
Did you?
Oh,
high taste.
See, that's why you don't have any coffee right now, or do you?
Oh yeah. Oh, I've had coffee. I had a Mountain Dew, sugar-free Mountain Dew. I mean, Diet Mountain Dew on Fan Club, and I'm finishing the night with coffee. But
because pitch black isn't diet.
Yo, that joint. I mean, it was the first time I had a Mountain Dew with so much sugar in forever. But I'm the only person who liked it. Ben was like, oof. And mind you, Ben's in Cali. So he's like 8:00 in the morning. He's drinking that. He's like, this is disgusting. So everybody's like laughing online because the fact that I actually finished the drink throughout the day.
Wow.
Yeah, check that out. Every week we recap the headlines. We talk about some of the headlines. One of the things we talked about today was Stone Cold Steve Austin's possible opponent. Could it be Roman Reigns? Could it be Brock Lesnar? Whether or not we want to see those matches. One thing is for sure, Cal gonna give some hot takes.
CM Punk.
Cut it out. Are we 100% sure that Austin's even having a match at WrestleMania?
I hope not. I don't need Stone Cold to have a match. I just need them to come out there, drink a couple beers, smash them, give a few stunners. I'm good. I don't need them to have a match. Not with them guys.
I mean, he kind of already solidified himself last year with the match he had with Kevin Owens, which was
It was
absolutely
so cold.
phenomenal.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
And it just made perfect sense.
Sure. But we'll have plenty of time to get into Mania because this Saturday, as of this recording, I keep saying that just in case whenever you decide to listen to this, we begin the official road to WrestleMania. But before then, we have a few stops to make. Once again, we want to make another public acknowledgement about the career of Jay Briscoe. I know it's been kind of somber. You know, we've you know, we're dealing with it. You know what I mean? And people will never know how close to the situation that we really were. But I just want to take a quick moment, just talk about your favorite Jay Briscoe moment, just whatever you remember about him, just the time you spent with him, the time you got a chance to watch him, and all that kind of stuff. But Brother Hugh has grabbed his Ring of Honor title.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
And as Brother
too.
Hugh, as Brother Hugh grabs his title, my title needs a little bit of repair, but I know a guy.
A guy.
I know a guy.
Who was that guy?
I know a guy that loaned me something.
Oh, snap.
I know a guy that loaned me something. He said, "Hey man, I got something for you. Why you repair?" I know he's watching right now, but I know a guy, right?
Yeah, a little hardware.
He said, "Listen, man, while we get this stuff situated, I'm gonna loan you a title, so you don't feel so left out."
I love the way you're holding it with
Bro.
such prestige.
Hey, yo,
This
chill,
has
first of all. AWA vibes to it.
That's what, yeah.
Like I'm feeling like Greg Gagne right now.
I was about to say you over there looking like Larry the
Like-
Axe. Sinning.
I really am. Like I got Vern Gagne vibes going on right now. Like this is so I just figured I'd just keep this right here while we continue. But
Go ahead, let it shine.
I'm
Yep.
glad you said Gagne. I got a pet peeve real quick. I'm listening to Dusty Rhodes' book, and it wasn't him doing the audio. It was somebody else, and they said, and Vern Gagne. I'm like,
oh, stop it. Come on now.
yeah. Man, you know, I've been in my audiobook kick. I just finished Stephen A. Smith's book. Very
That's your-
good read.
Really?
It makes
That's-
you look at him different.
Okay, fair. I mean, you know, he gets a lot of rap. Can you imagine an audiobook with Dusty Rhodes' voice on it though?
Oh, I would love it. Oh my god.
Man.
Because the guy
I-
like tries to do it in
No.
his like dialect, but he doesn't go like full Dusty, but he's like, you could tell like he knows him, sort
Right.
of, or at least heard his voice.
They should have
But,
got Bruce Pritchard to do it.
Oh boy. And I'm pretty sure the book, like, I don't know if they was doing it would have been great. Oh man. Same with Gewurz, man. Gewurz should have did his own book too, because there's a lot of mispronunciations in there.
Oh, I
You know,
believe
as
that.
wrestler fans, we want to hear stuff pronounced right. Same with
Sure.
the Monday Nitro book.
Jay Briscoe, Brother Hugh, you grabbed the Ring of Honor title first. First of all, I need that title. Like you have that. First of all, when the heck did you get that? I know it's been hanging in your background since.
boy.
Wow.
This is the 2012 version, because this takes me back to the Dewburns Arena, yo.
Yes.
Bro,
yes.
you bet that place used to be lit when we heard that. Reach
What?
for the yo. I mean,
Crazy.
that's a priceless memory.
Just man up in the background.
Man up.
Man up.
Yeah.
We got photos on our Wrestling Realm Facebook page.
Wow, really?
I believe so. If not, they're definitely on my personal Facebook page.
I remember this because that's when you were kind of carrying your camera. I don't know if you did. I don't know if you just got the camera, but I know you were.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember every chance you got. I mean, that's one of the best things about kind of when those things happen is that you start capturing priceless memories that you don't realize what it's going to be and what it means until like you look at it almost 10 years later and go, oh wow, I'm glad we kind of capture some of these moments. You know.
Yeah, I wish we had. I wish we got more video stuff.
Sure.
Just because, but like you said, those moments, man.
Their prices, like when I see those photos, it takes me directly back. I think that's to me. My grandmother was an amateur photographer, and that's one of the things that I recognized that she would do was she froze time. Like it's and it's like when you look at certain photos, man, it gives you just even just for a quick moment, it takes you back to those places, and sometimes that's better than nothing. You know what I mean? So
Flashbacks. Yep.
Yeah. So look, Brandon got talking about the Ring of Honor belt looking nice. What do you mean it looks nice? What about this title that I have right here, brother? Huh? But when did you get that? When did you get that title, Brother Hugh?
That's your first belt.
Was it? It might have been.
It's been hanging back there for a minute.
Yes.
Oh, here's my favorite Royal Rumble moment.
Here
It's
it comes.
happening. Jericho, walls of Jericho on the ladder.
I did see you posted that earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember when me and brother Brandon first talked about that. Now, mind you, this is like real time when we was like we had just finished having the same gym class.
Bro, this
So
dude keep
now
talking about. I'm trying to talk about, Mr.
but
Q,
it came on my
and he
screen.
keeps sitting there
I
talking
had
about
to,
Jericho, bro.
You get.
but we talking about brother Brandon and the recognition of the belt. So it's
Okay,
okay to talk about Jericho.
He's not
All
trying
right,
to hear
go.
it, man. He's trying to get this.
Hey, bro.
Go ahead, talk about
I
that.
let it slide. I let it slide just because of Jericho. Go ahead.
You still look
Wow.
good though.
Hey, yo, chill.
Look, bro. Look, man.
He's not gonna let you live tonight.
We was getting closer these past couple weeks, man.
Hey,
Now I can hold you tight.
I got it probably like 6 months ago. No, maybe
Really?
maybe
That
longer
early?
than that. Maybe
No,
Where'd
you
you-
had
where'd
that
you-
belt for a while.
Where'd you get it from?
well, who you what?
I don't
Did
know
you
why I even asked the question. That's dumb. I take that back. My fault. I don't know why I even
Right.
asked that. Where did you get it from? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of myself.
Absolutely.
I need that
Dang, he
title.
just
though.
called you stupid. He
Of
co-signed
course.
on you. You calling yourself stupid.
No,
Of course.
I deserve that because that was dumb. Like, why would I ask that question? I don't like we sitting there like this talking about, hey, where'd you get that title from?
Of course, the brother, Mr. Guy, hooked me up, and I appreciate him, man. But we was talking about Jay,
Briscoe, yes, sir.
and all I remember is, look, I watched that. I just told Brian, like, I watched the last match with Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal,
Mm-hmm.
and it got me right at the end. I'm not gonna lie, I started tearing up towards right at the end.
That's why I didn't watch it yet. I was like, it's too soon for me.
And reason being is because like I started getting goosebumps, and I felt like I was literally ringside for that match at the Du Burns Arena.
Mm-hmm.
That was the vibe I was getting. The crowd going wild, just chants galore, them boys, this and that, whatever, Jay Briscoe. And it caught me right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was just beautiful. That's why y'all saw it when I texted her. I said, man, it was beautiful. That like I couldn't even explain it. That's all I could say.
And the crazy part is when I saw the text, I knew exactly what you were talking about. Like, it had been kind of quiet in the group chat for a while, and then when it came across, I said, I know exactly. I literally said, I don't think I'm able to watch it right now. I'm going to catch it another time.
Yeah, I just think it was extra special for me because I was there for most of the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Just I was telling Brian, I'm gonna call him B.
No, you won't either. That's Brian H to you.
Wow.
Hey, I was telling B like after after the match, we would probably start smoozing with Jay and Jay Briscoe and Jay Lethal, the Mark Briscoe, everybody else, and just kind of like chop it up and just go over the show and whatnot. And it was just crazy. Like it seems like just yesterday we was like chilling with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Just chilling with him. He's a very charismatic guy. He's cool as hell. Like both of the Briscoes, by the way.
My man, Chicken.
That's
what he calls his brother. That's what he calls his brother, Mark Briscoe, Chicken.
Yeah, that chicken kung fu.
How about like seeing Papa Briscoe in the building all the time?
Right.
Oh wow.
And it just hey man, it hit me a little bit, but hey.
What about you, Brian?
Good, it was good.
No, that's I mean I can only imagine, and that's what you kind of want, man. What about you, Brian H?
Yeah, man. When Jay Briscoe became the world champion,
man, that's where it's at.
Deal.
Yeah,
because it's like, so it's funny. I remember when we went to like RCW, and there was the Briscoes versus the Ensurian Portals, and after that, you started seeing the Briscoes in singles matches, and it's like, okay, but seeing like how they evolved, and then seeing Jay Briscoe finally get the strap, I thought it was cool. Him and Adam Cole had their battles and whatnot. So, we lost the real one.
For sure.
Nah, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm not good with this stuff at all. As much as I've dealt with it, it never gets like you never get used. For me, I've never get used to these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember first seeing the Briscoes at my first wrestling show that I had an opportunity to go to with Brian H, that RCW show. And I remember he was just going down the card, and I knew of the Briscoes because I was following like MCW and the local stuff, but I never had a chance to actually go and experience it for myself. So I was always familiar with the local wrestling scene. So when I got a chance to be a part of it and see RCW for the first time, I was enamored because it was my first time going to a wrestling show live and being that close to everything because we were familiar. I mean, I saw the Adam Coles and who knows how many people that was a part of that show, and Mia Yims and the Briscoes and the York Daddy. and then watching him in Ring of Honor as Sinclair Broadcasting had brought Ring of Honor into to see those guys up close every day before the shows, during the shows, after the shows, and they were known as tag team guys, and them boys were just prolific in everything that they did. And then like Brian, they said when they had singles runs, one of my most favorite singles runs is they were known for having these at the time. They were like wearing like black shorts and boots and maybe a bandana, but then there was a point in time where they began to grow their hair out. And when he first grew his hair out, I call that his first, not his first, but that was his main event run. And then Mark Briscoe had the long hair. And at one point he was in contention for the television championship. And to see those guys as a tag team, they were so the Briscoes, but had singles runs. It was a crucial time for me because that was around the time I was kind of fed up with WWE and the stuff they were trying to, force in our faces. And I was like, I really took a deep dive into Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it changed my whole perspective as a fan. It kept me as a fan for a long period of time because I just said, sure, you watch WWE, but I wasn't enjoying it as much as I could. But this is a legitimate alternative. It's one of the main reasons I'm hard on AEW today is because I know what a successful alternative can look like as a wrestling fan. So Jay Briscoe, man, one of a kind. Our thoughts and prayers are still with his family as they are recovering and they have a lot to deal with, as well as everyone who personally knew him that were touched by him. We got has anybody talk to Blizz? Anybody talk to Blake?
I talked to him that night.
Okay.
Immediately.
I like to give Blake space when these things happen because I know this isn't, this kind of pops up around him a lot too. So I'm gonna check on him too. But just let's, as we always do, continue to give people their flowers while they can still smell them. Don't take your life for granted. No day is promised to any of us, man. But man, we definitely want
love
to
y'all, brothers.
Yeah, love you too, man.
Love you too, bro.
Definitely
everybody in the chat.
Definitely want to acknowledge our guy Jay Briscoe. But as we celebrate his life and move on and appreciate his legacy, man. Legacy, gentlemen. We just celebrated 30 years of Monday Night Raw.
That's wild.
Now you guys watched the show, correct? Now, Brian H is at nausea with Raw 30. I get it, and we're not going to dive into the show, but I just want to talk about particular moments, not necessarily of the show, but just what it really meant. I don't know about you, brothers, but I sat there and I watched the show, and I was fooling around at first, like the stuff came on and the music, but they started showing the clips, and I started hearing the music. Man, I started going back down memory lane, and I was like, I'm really about to get into this show. It's because every 5 minutes they were showing clips of yesteryear, past, present, all that kind of stuff, and I was just like, man, I'm having a really, really good time because even if it was just touching the nostalgia buttons on the inside of me, I got a kick out of it. There's a lot of parts of the show, a little bit of controversy. After the fact, there's been some squawk about the women and the lack thereof. We could get controversial, but we're not going to because we have to discuss the Royal Rumble. But let me first you ask this. Brother Hugh, did you enjoy Raw 30? 30 years, first of all.
What?
30 years. First of all, we're all old enough to experience it all 30 years.
Right. That's what hit me first. So I was like,
wait a minute. I think I remember. I might have been like in kindergarten when Raw first came, and I remember seeing the moments with like the 1, 2, 3 kid and Razor Ramon, like all those moments.
Right.
I don't remember ad nausea, but I remember there's never not been a time where I was not familiar. I didn't realize it was Raw. I just thought it was wrestling at night. You know what I mean? Because I was used to wrestling as a kid. I was used to wrestling Saturday mornings. That was me. That was how I got all my wrestling. But I remember at one point it was like wrestling at night, and it was in a smaller venue, and the Hammerstein, was it Hammerstein Ballroom or was it the Manhattan Center?
Manhattan
Center. Yeah. I don't know why I used to get both those arenas, those venues mixed up, but at the Manhattan Center, with the old theater style things, man. But I just found myself saying, "Wow!" I just feel real nostalgic right now, enjoying this Raw 30. But did you guys enjoy the show overall? Like I know you don't have to get into details. There's one particular thing I'm going to get into, but Raw 30 years of Monday Night Raw. I mean, we were there from the very beginning of it, and like we're still watching it now, ups and downs, our highs and our lows. But I mean, come on, brother, speak on it. 30 years of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Honestly, it was better than what I expected because usually with these like what is it, like traditional whatever shows like legend type shows or whatnot.
Yeah,
It's kind of like it's like real cheesy and corny.
absolutely.
And it
You
didn't
said
come across. It didn't come across that way to me. Like you said, nostalgia hit when as soon as the old school Raw like theme just hit, and you see all the pictures and the whole video package. I'm like, I heard the music. I literally ran to the TV. It was like,
It felt good, didn't it? Took you back.
It took me back. Like I was upstairs. You hear the music, I run down to the basement. Hey, yo, Dathan, that's my little brother or whatnot. Hey, it's on, it's on. We sit down there just glued to the TV watching, and just going in. Yup, there it is.
I swear, I swear I went back to the 90s. In that quick moment, bro, I'm telling you, it was 94 all over again for me.
I loved it. It was cool.
Welcome everyone to the World Wrestling Federation. Brian seems to be disturbed. He's making all these goddamn noises. He's rolling his eyes. What's going on, man? Did you not enjoy the show? Come on, talk to your boys. What's the deal, Brian H? Spill the beans. Are you just tired of talking about it? What's the deal?
No. Y'all know who my number 2 favorite wrestler is.
Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
See? Because Dave Brown's number 1.
Exactly. Why was he there? Like,
hey.
Man.
First of all, I'm glad I missed that part.
I
don't know why he was there too. I don't know why he was there.
What was the point?
Well, he was on Monday Night Raw at some point, wasn't he?
So I was telling Shoemaker this.
Was he?
This is how I had a clip that
he was
made
a
people
SmackDown
go
guy.
crazy. Hogan's first time on Raw was around March 93. You know why?
Okay.
Because he had to save a guy that I am very fond of, and that is the one and only Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh boy, his boy.
Yeah, and it was funny because Shoemaker was like, I said I'm a Brutus the Barber Beefcake Mark. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. I don't think Brutus would call himself a Brutus the Barber Beefcake Mark, but man, the hedge clippers and everything. Wow. So that's why Hogan, that was Hogan's first time on Raw. But when you think about Raw, you don't think about Hogan because he spent more time, obviously, on Superstars, but he spent more time trying to beat Raw in the Monday Night Wars. Now, my issue with the show, there was good stuff, obviously.
Okay.
But I didn't need as much DX. We just got that in Brooklyn. Now I know I sound like a spoiled wrestling fan.
Nah, you broke the code. Now I got a bone to pick with you.
Right, bro. I'm about to say you can never have too much DX, bro.
Hit the bone to pick with you, graphic, Brian. Let's go hit
it. But where is it?
I don't know. You got to find it because now I have a bone to pick with you.
What?
That was hilarious, by the way.
Okay, now go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish, but I just want to let it be known. I have a bone to pick with you, buddy.
But it was okay. I know you ain't gonna get controversial, but God dang it, they advertised a cage match, and I wanted a cage match. So there was that.
They definitely trolled us,
right? So it just felt like because like even before the show started, it's like how many anniversaries does Monday Night Raw need? Raw 30. Raw 25, 400, 500, 1,000, well, 600, 700, 800. And like I said, the DX reunion, we just had that. That was my thing. Like, what was the difference between then and now? Now, it was cool seeing Triple H and Gunther, or Gunther, as you say.
Gunther!
Yeah, seeing them square off, that was cool. But afterwards, I will say this. This is why I like coming here.
Here we go.
Because y'all said it differently. I've heard, it's been a lot of the same notion.
You see Brandon Guy? He said too much DX too. What is wrong with you guys?
Yeah, it was because we just seen him.
So what? What you mean?
Just whatever.
Go ahead. Your mic's cutting out. See, this is your mic's cutting out. This is the.
See,
I don't know why.
Right.
See?
Yeah, I thought
there it is.
Great.
That's triple. Yeah.
But, oh my gosh! Hold on, my microphone. Oh, okay. You hear me?
We good. Brian Ace does not get upset when he cannot mix the audio. Spotify please. I mean, not Spotify.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
All right, yeah. The audio went
elsewhere on the 1 and 2s.
Huh?
You good? You Ray Spencer records? You good?
You're right. Right. About to scratch.
But yeah, so that was just my issue. It was just too, like I said, too much DX. What? Too much, Yeah, not you know, why was Hogan there? If you're gonna give me nostalgia, right?
Okay.
Give me some people I haven't seen in these recent reunions. Now I understand the Anoa'i family couldn't make it. I did think that was a great pivot because you couldn't get the Anoa'i family, so we got the trial of Sami Zayn since we couldn't coronate Roman Reigns. I thought that was excellent. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I would have liked to see X Pac as the 1-2-3 kid.
No, come on. This is not Chicago Pro. Come on
yeah.
now. What are you
No,
doing?
like,
Remember he showed up at Chicago Pro as 1-2-3 kid?
my
I
point
think,
is,
man.
like,
I think it was
I
their last
just
show.
seen this.
Listen to me. I understand what you're saying. I never thought that would be a problem for you, Brian. So we have to have a discussion off the air. Like, what is wrong with you? How do you? First of all, the DX segment was probably was one of the
What?
funniest. They're continuously adding to their legacy, and it's just like, okay, look, now we're old. Let's get a kick out of it now. And it's like they've entered into a different version of DX, right? We saw with the original version of DX with Shawn Michaels, Triple H. Then it evolved to the large group with everybody, right? And then it evolved to a kind of an older version, kind of like a nod to the past, like a tribute version of it. And then we had the big reunion when they were all there, and then they went to the Hall of Fame, and then they're old and they're like poking fun at themselves the entire time.
Right.
Like it was hilarious. It's like if it's just we're all old now, they have no problem. Like we're old, but we're gonna still do DX shenanigans. I thought that was hilarious.
That was
It was
hilarious, man.
like they came out there, and I agree with you. I like the fact. This is what I liked about it. I like the fact that they switched it up. They didn't do the normal stuff because, like you say, we just saw them celebrate 25 years not too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they come out there. First of all, they come out there with Kurt Angle. Why is Kurt Angle out there? They don't realize he's out there. And then Road Dogg goes in to do his whole spiel, and he's like, "Wait a minute, what are you doing out here, Kurt?" He's like, "Well, I kind of want to be in DX too. Like, what do you mean?" And then you bring out some young guys, and Gunther, he steps out there, and he's like, "Man, we about to clean the room." And it's funny because I'm watching Gunther and Imperium trying not to smile because they're trying to be bad guys. They're like smiling from ear to ear. And he's like, "We about to kick y'all out the ring." And then Triple H steps to him like he's about to be same old Triple H. And he goes, "Well, I'm retired, so I don't know what to do." I say, "Yo, this is perfect." Like he stepped to him, but got the mic like this and with his face like, "Well, I'm retired. I can't do anything with him. I can't." And then Shawn Michaels like he's ready to tease and goes, "Nope. See, you know what? I got a hip thing, so it's not going to be me." X-Pac goes, "Okay, well, I guess it's on me." But listen, about that, I kind of got these shin splints. This is working out for me. He calls Road Dogg. Road Dogg goes, "Well, who am I kidding? I can't." He didn't even get any words out. Like, and then he looks at Kirk and goes, "Maybe Kirk can do it." Kirk's like, "No."
He said,
No.
"Nope, okay."
I said too much DX, man. Come on. Anyways, I enjoyed that part, man. I thought, to me, that's where the legacy of DX is going now. Like they're old DX now, and they're like, as Road Dogg said in their 25th anniversary, geriatric.
Exactly what they are.
X. And I think that's funny. I think they're smart to realize, like, look, man, we're old. Let's just go out there and have a bunch of fun. We can be old and still do shenanigans. They're going to have gray hair and come out like the Click, and they're still going to be doing DX stuff. And I'm just happy to see them. But what you guys think about quickly the main event? Not necessarily the match, right? But we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. We've been talking about this tease of the Hurt Business, right? We've been talking about like, we're noticing this thing going on where they're just dropping these Triple H's. God dang it, these guys are some storytellers. Yeah, they've been dropping these nuggets and hints slowly but surely about this Hurt Business reunion. And I know we talked about in the group text about it did, Brother Roger. It did tickle my funny bone. We began to talk about the Hurt Business, and I remember Brother Brandon was just like, what's the point of it now? Like, what's why would it work in this setting? And I'm like, well, you know, Bobby Lashley wants to get back with the Hurt Business, but they got to make it make sense, right? So 1 week MVP tries to make peace. They kind of make peace. They look, man, my business is my business. Hurt Business is Hurt Business. I had no beef, but I didn't forget anything. Cool. MVP slowly manipulates Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander to get working together. Shelton Benjamin celebrates 20 years. All of a sudden, they're a tag team again. Omos helps Bobby Lashley get into that United States Championship match. They have the match. MVP once again and making advancements towards Bobby Lashley. Let's get back to business. Match goes on. Austin Theory looked like he doesn't really stand a chance. Brock Lesnar comes back. First of all, did you guys even suspect him to come back?
Yeah.
Because I did. I'm gonna tell you right now, it caught me. I didn't see that coming. I figured, okay, well, shoot, Bobby Lashley about to get his title back. Because first of all, Austin Theory can't do nothing with Bobby Lashley in no disqualification match. I didn't even think about Brock Lesnar. What do you guys think?
I didn't think about Brock Lesnar, but I thought Theory was going to win somehow.
Okay, which he did. So technically, you're
right. It was a good match, by the way. First of all, Theory continues to improve in the ring.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the Brock Lesnar part of it, nah, that completely threw me in the loop. I was not ready for that at all.
Right
at the Royal Rumble, yeah,
sure,
maybe.
Exactly. That's the obvious thing, and I can't, bro. I can't wait. I cannot wait till we get this Royal Rumble conversation. I promise you, it's not going to take long. But when we get there, we're going to get there. Go ahead, Brian Nash. Did you think Brock Lesnar was going to come back at Raw 30 and kind of disrupt Bobby Lashley again? Because I didn't see it coming.
Definitely didn't. But again, that's something he did at the Raw in Brooklyn.
That's true. Yeah.
He did. It literally is the same thing. He cost Lashley the championship, which made sense because I do love the storytelling. But nonetheless, I mean, give me that match at WrestleMania, man.
I mean, what makes you think we're not getting to that WrestleMania?
Nothing.
That was the argument that Brother Brandon was making. And he's like, well, why would you give this match away? I said, well, dude, they're not gonna. You got a whole road to WrestleMania, and if I was telling him that they have to find a way to make the Hurt Business important again, like to make it make sense, because originally the Hurt Business was just created for Bobby Lashley to get over.
Mm-hmm.
And because Vince said, like, look, I appreciate the Hurt Business, but this was never meant to be long term. This is just to get you to where you needed to be, to the main event scene, which worked. Don't get me wrong, but it ended too soon for all of us, right? The dominant black faction in wrestling history, and that wasn't the nature of domination. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of missed it, and now they're slowly rebuilding this story. Where it's like, okay, how do you make the Hurt Business relevant again? Have the Hurt Business with Brock Lesnar, the whole group. You add Omos. You have enough things to do before Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley even have a chance to touch each other, which I think most likely will be at WrestleMania for that part. But I'm excited about that part. But we got to get to the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Thank God.
Listen, this Brian is hating on Raw 30. This is
no,
he's just hating on it. As soon as I mentioned Raw, as soon as he saw Raw 30 run, he said, "Oh God!" I'm like, "Dang, what happened? What did I miss?"
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm not mad at you, Brian. You've watched a lot of wrestling in your day. I get it, so it's okay. But moving on, brothers. The Royal Rumble is coming up. Last year stunk. This is supposed to be one of those Royal Rumbles. And you say, well, what are you talking about, realness? Well, because there's a lot of different things about this particular Royal Rumble. They've done some things a little bit differently in regards to how they presented it to us, because at the end of the day, these things can get kind of repetitive, right? And you say, well, what can they do to make this fun, make this special? And I've noticed a few things. For one, this new thing where they're kind of advertising people ahead of time. And a lot of people are like, well, wait a minute, why are you like advertising Cody Rhodes or Edge or these other people? It's like, well, WWE says because we have enough surprises. And you're like, oh, okay. Facts. So these are they're like, no, we don't even want you to think about Cody Rhodes as a surprise entrance, because that's a different story we're telling. And we talked about that in the group text. And I say, well, that's different, because everybody's expected to hear wrestling has more than one royal family, and then Cody makes his triumphant return. But they decide to go in a different direction. That's different, right? And this is Triple H's first Royal Rumble to himself, right? We had a scare, he whose name should not be mentioned, because every time we do, the Wi-Fi goes out. Regain control, become the chairman of the board again, and we were nervous. It seems like things have settled down enough, and we are confident as of right now that creative is going to stay in the same space. It's because of how well the company is doing financially because of that, correct? And I'm excited to see what Triple H got his he had a SummerSlam, right? He got a Survivor Series, he got a SummerSlam. Like he's going on tour right now. He got a show at Madison Square Garden. I'm like, man, I'm so excited for what is planned for the Royal Rumble this year, because last year stunk. It was flat. I don't know why Vince like Shane McMahon do it. Like it was like, dude, that was it. It was boring as heck. He did, but the Royal Rumble is. I don't want to say I don't care who wins the match, but it's supposed to be a spectacle and event. It's supposed to be the
Did-
stuff.
It's fun when you watch it with kids or non-wrestling fans.
And that's what I did.
Or older, like people who just coming back. You know, some people just watched the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. So like I guess last year I didn't hate it as much. You know, but here's the thing about the Royal Rumble sometimes. It's like it happens, then it's out of sight, out of mind. Like I credit people who can like remember details about other Rumbles, but unless like your favorite one, like I'm gonna always remember the 2020 Rumble, 2021 Rumble, because Bianca won and she won it on my daughter's birthday. And 2 months later, that became her favorite wrestler. I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember the moment that she had with Naomi. But there are people like there's certain Rumbles like you just remember, even with the one AJ Styles returned. You feel me? Like I remember that moment. I'm mad that they broke the news. They was like giving us the previews on Instagram first. So that's another thing that made me mad. So I can understand, but then there's like I was like going through like the catalog, and I'm like, I don't remember this, I don't remember that. Now the Attitude Era, like you said, you brought up the '98 Rumble, you know, and I know you always talk about the box art from that one, from the box art. I mean, you think about the undercard with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, the match that people say was what really led to the end of Shawn Michaels' I wouldn't say first term, but early in his career. Then I like me, the '99 Royal Rumble, Rocket Mankind. Vince McMahon winning, all that, you know, but then there's a bunch of stuff like, oh yeah, that happened. This happened, you know.
Yeah. No, and I think that's what makes the show fun overall. But you know, it's I mean, when I say I'm excited, first of all, I guess it was announced that they sold how many was it, 40,000 tickets or something like that. What? How? What are they doing Royal Rumble in a stadium?
Alamo Dome, baby.
They are doing it's. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm tired. It's in the Alamo.
I'm gonna be in there.
Brian H will be on the road again. Like it's just like 40,000 tickets. They said it's sold out. Like is that true? I'm not.
I don't know if it's sold out.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. I don't say sold out, but they sold 40,000 tickets though. Like who? This is 40,000. Are you kidding me? 40,000 tickets sold already, and we're not talking about maybe what's going to happen at the gate, like day of or day before, or from here. From Wednesday to Saturday, correct?
Right. But I do know if you want to go and you go on SeatGeek.com, put in the code Wrestling Realm.
Yes, if you spend over $50, you save $20 off.
Bingo.
See, I said it right this time. But there's a couple of things happening at the Rumble this year. This is an exciting time just for wrestling fans. What are you guys looking forward to the most when it comes to the Royal Rumble? Everybody's doing Royal Rumble preview shows right now, right? And like people are asking, like, what are we going to see now? Because this is kind of a new era of the product that we're seeing, and they have a few things on the show. They have, I believe, Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss will be tying it up for the Raw Women's Championship. We will get something. We will get a sponsored kind of match, a pitch black match between Bray Wyatt, who has officially snapped. I sat there and told LA Knight, brother, don't do this. I called him on the phone personally. I said, LA, it's Wayne. Listen to me. Don't do it, man. He's like, realness. I said, listen. I said, man, LA, listen to me, brother. You don't want to do this. And he got to doing this thing. I said, all right, man, you got it, man. I'm just trying to warn you. And he pushed these buttons. We have a pitch black match. First of all, this is not going to end well. When he slapped Bray Wyatt and he had a chance to make bygones be bygones. Anyway, we got that match. We have Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the championships. They never tell you what title it's for. They just always tell you just for the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight. Like you don't know what that even means, right? So I'm like, okay, it seems like a pretty loaded card. Brother Hugh, are you looking forward to this card? Is this shaping up to be what you feel should be a historical Royal Rumble, like that to kick off the road to WrestleMania?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. You know,
what are you looking forward to the most though? Is it the match itself? Is it the overall card? Is the Royal Rumble? Is it surprises? That this is a big event, right? And everybody goes to these events for more than one reason. So, like, what's Brother Hugh's main reason for tuning into the Royal Rumble? Or it could be the whole show, by all means.
The new flavor of Mountain Dew.
First of all, why you say it like he slapped all the Baltimore on it? Mountain Dew. He slapped all the Baltimore on it. Mountain Dew. That new flavor, pitch black Mountain Dew. You think Mountain Dew will sponsor us?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, holla at your boy. Rum at gmail.com. Mountain Dew. Let come to black guys pitch you on pitch black Mountain Dew.
Oh man! Now I'm looking forward to the surprises.
Okay,
like
yeah.
For instance, Cody. Why did you promote Cody coming back?
I'm telling you, brother. I'm getting itchy.
There has to be something bigger than Cody returning. For you to announce that Cody's returning. That can't just be it.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm putting it out there now. CM Punk is coming.
I don't know why you keep saying he's under contract to AEW.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
He said it doesn't matter. You got it, bro. Go ahead.
He's coming, and he's going to get his headline match at WrestleMania versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And at what point does he wake up from this dream?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. It has to be like I'm to be honest though, like really to me it's just like, well, look, it really has to be something like huge. I think they're doing a good job hiding the fact about The Rock. Like, I don't know if he's coming or whatnot or whatever.
Y'all are still going with this Rock thing. Y'all are still I'm not convinced, brother Hugh.
I mean, it's the hottest topic out there right now, though. So you got to talk about it.
There's going to be a swerve, but go ahead. Trust me.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you what I think the swerve is.
Okay, all right, but I would love to hear that. But I just don't know. Like, I'm not sure if The Rock's coming. I don't know what's coming, but right now it seems like everything is focused around The Rock.
What? No, it's not. Where y'all get this from? Tell me.
It
Come
is.
on, man. Tell me why you think that everything is so focused around The Rock. The Rock has not been mentioned. The Rock has not been alluded to outside of clips. What you mean? That's like they trolled us. Remember
that's
The
what
Rock
I'm saying.
was supposed to be at that show and he didn't show up.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Survivor Series.
That's what I'm
saying.
The thing is, I feel like they're trying to keep you on the fence about The Rock. You know what I'm saying? And then they can throw a curveball. They can hit you straight with the fastball. You know, like it just depends on The Rock storyline or the rumors or whatnot. Whatever's going on around The Rock. You know what I'm saying? So they're putting your focus on him. So like, oh yeah, he can't wrestle because he's not in wrestling shape, even though the man is in shape. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's a difference.
What I said today.
I understand it's a difference. Exactly. You know, like I don't. It just seems like everything is centered around him. Even to the WrestleMania storylines.
Okay.
With Roman Reigns, because now you don't know. All right, well,
everybody thought what Brandon said.
Everybody thought Cody was going to
win. Brandon thinks the Great Muta will make listen to me. I can see that happening. He is making his like retirement tour. Like he's, you know, his farewell tour is that. I don't know if the fans, if that mainstream WWE audience will recognize him, but I'm sure everybody. I mean, so but you brother, you're saying that you think the biggest surprise is going to be The Rock. Let's play a game real quick. Everybody,
no, I'm saying whatever it is centered around The Rock. Like I don't.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying it is The Rock,
but it's centered around The Rock.
But everything is centered around The Rock, so it's like whatever you thinking, like they can go a different direction with it. So it's like you really don't know what's going to happen. Kind of like what happened with Bray Wyatt and the White Rabbit thing. They had us everywhere, going everywhere, just like
they definitely got us.
They got us. Big time.
We did a whole show on it. I got like 680 something views in like 2 days.
They got us in that black hole again, man. So it's just like, all right, well, I don't know what's coming. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. CM Punk on.
Wow, Brian H. What's your favorite part about the Royal Rumble, and what are you looking forward to this year in particular? I want details because you're going to be there, and you know because you made a heel turn. And so I want you to say, okay, and like I said, like I told the brother, here's how I'm going to pose the question to you. You said it. We've had this conversation before. We all watched the Rumble for different reasons, right? This particular year, with everything we've discussed, Triple H, the surprises that brother he was alluded to, and also something that you guys recently put in a chat. It was a question that was proposed to us by brother Hugh earlier this week when he said, was 2022 the most impactful year or the most noteworthy and influential year in professional wrestling sports entertainment history? Because we had a lot of things happen, especially with Vince McMahon kind of being forced out and then kind of coming back and all these things. So all these things play a factor in what we're talking about at this year's Royal Rumble. We know the match card. We're going to get into that. But Brian H., tell the people, I want to know, like this is we live in front of everybody that's watching. What are you looking forward to? What are you expecting? What's the best part about the Royal Rumble that you can't wait to get your hands on?
Man, I'm looking forward to just the match. Being in there.
Now you're talking the Rumble. You're talking about the Rumble match,
both
right?
of them, yeah.
Have you been to a Royal Rumble live before?
Never.
So okay, so there we go. This is another bucket list opportunity. So
this is round out the big four. And then, if you include Money in the Bank as fifth, some people do, some people don't. That'll complete the cycle.
Okay.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing, just being in that crowd, that energy, and the countdown. But what I'm really also looking forward to is the Sami Zayn of it all, because I think if I don't, so it's like it's giving me, as much as I don't want to say it because I know what I want. The main event I know I want at WrestleMania.
Which is what? What is the main event you want at WrestleMania? So the people
Rock and Roman.
There y'all go again. You too.
You asked me. I told you.
Come on, man. Go ahead. I gotta hear this.
But if that's not going to happen, the main event I think we could get could be Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns, and I don't want that.
No,
but
come on, man.
But it could. He's every time Sami Zayn looks like he's about to like get in trouble or whatever. That crowd, no matter where they at, it's like that sympathy factor.
Bro, they cheer for him like he's a bad guy right now. Like he's not a good guy. He's getting cheered.
And he's getting cheered the same way Daniel Bryan was.
Yeah.
In 2014 on the path. The same way when Kofi, after that match with the gauntlet match, and then the Elimination Chamber match, every time Kofi came out, it was screams. I told you, I was in the store one day wearing a Kofi Kingston shirt the day before WrestleMania, and this lady comes up to me and says, I really hope he wins tomorrow. And I'm going to just say, she wasn't a black lady either. That was the level that Kofi Mania had hit. This is in Baltimore, in the county.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Sami Zayn is trending on those Yeso-mania, Kofi Mania, Sami Mania levels. And it's something I never thought I would see. I'm going to give a shout out to Brother Corey because I remember when Sami Zayn had his match with Shinsuke Nakamura. And then afterwards, you saw like the momentum. He said he could be their replacement for Daniel Bryan. I'm like, oh, shut up. That was my first thought. Like, yeah, all right. I don't think he's a replacement, but I tell you this, the way I'm looking at it, man, this could be something special. So I'm interested to see which way that story goes, and that's the best part because I can't figure it out. Like, I'm 99.99% sure Roman's leaving with the championship, but what happens on the aftermath is what I'm excited about.
And I think that's the biggest thing. There's not necessarily always these definitive moments after things happen at these pay-per-views, right? Sometimes these things happen because it leads us to the next part of the story. And I know that can be problematic for wrestling fans a lot of times because we're very impatient. We kind of want what we want when we want it. And it's just kind of the culture of it all. But in this situation, there's like a brand new excitement to me. It's very childlike. Like anybody knows me at this point, they know like if I'm having fun watching wrestling, it's doing its job. Because at my age, I shouldn't be taking this that serious to the point where it's like, but I'm really like, man, I'm having another run. You know what I mean? I feel like Terry Funk, every 5 or 6 years when he just comes back and he just keeps having these runs. And I feel like we're having that run now. So the Royal Rumble is always been a special pay-per-view. Even when Vince was running things, it's not like they were bad. It's not like they weren't successful at what they were trying to accomplish, but there's a lot of factors that are playing into my skepticism about the surprises at the Royal Rumble. One, they are in a space right now where they're willing to throw us off. You say, realness, what do you mean? Corvair. That's not what I meant to say. I don't know. I was trying to speak French. Here's my first example. We watched Friday. I was watching. I got that from Ready to Rumble. That's a wrestling movie. It's probably not. Probably not for kids, but it's one of my favorite wrestling movies of all time.
That joint is corny as hell.
It is. Like you look back at it now, you're like, yeah, this is kind of. But listen, around like 2001, it was funny.
It was.
Brian, that you have to watch the movie. You still haven't watched Ready to Rumble. It may not tickle your fancy now, but
nah,
we're
I see part of it, but I like fell asleep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just anyway. That's
funny.
where I got that from.
It's just funny.
So I'll give this is what's throwing me off. This is that Chris Jericho, Kevin Nash stuff. They're doing things now in wrestling, especially in the WWE, that they're doing on purpose to throw us off. For example, we're watching SmackDown, and no, was it Raw? What was the tag match on? The tag match was on Raw, right? Was that Raw 30?
Yeah.
Or was that okay?
With the Usos.
It was right after.
Usos and Judgment Day. Okay,
right after,
they confuse me with all this stuff. That's right. And Sami Zayn's on trial. We all know this about that. If you haven't watched it, I'm sure you have. We don't need to go into it. Jimmy Uso gets hurt. They throw up the X. They almost had me. I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, dang it. Jimmy Uso got hurt right before WrestleMania. Come on, man. And then I'm watching it and I was like, because everybody knows, for us wrestling fans that know every goddamn thing with superior wrestling intellect, anytime they throw up an X, that's when you're like, oh, wait a minute. This is serious. The show stops. Somebody got hurt for real. And then he goes out. He hits his knee. Everybody knows he had knee problems. He had knee surgery. Come on, man. You're doing this on purpose. They throw up the X. I said, oh, no, not before WrestleMania. And then all of a sudden, I'm looking. I'm like, wait a minute. No. I said, they're adding this kind of realistic stuff to the stories now. I said, they almost had me. You're purposely trying to throw me off. So I say all that to get to this whole idea of The Rock. I don't think it's The Rock that's going to make a surprise return to the Royal Rumble. I think it's going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let me tell you why. Stone Cold has been training really heavy. You know, everybody's kind of pointing to him. I don't think he has a regular singles match. And I think the Royal Rumble kind of fits his style of a match right now, where he doesn't have to carry the match. He's in there with a bunch of people that can carry the load. He can have his moments where he has these kind of one-on-one encounters with some of our favorite superstars. He gets to get in all his spots. And then when he gets thrown out, he's not going to be looked at any less than, because everybody's like, well, he's old. Like Stone Cold held his own. He did his thing. You know what I mean? And while we're looking for The Rock, it's like, okay, well, people are obsessed with this idea of, okay, Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania. I'm like, well, why? They're sitting there selling us Cody Rhodes, right? Cody Rhodes comes back immediately. Brother, you kind of alluded to when you said, well, why are they advertising Cody Rhodes so heavy? Like, he's got this redemption story arc. Nobody else is getting these vignettes to talk about coming back in the Rumble. Now, I know he's fresh off of injury based off what he's gone through, and he's still Cody Rhodes, but why are they specifically hyping him up for this Royal Rumble? You're trying to convince me as the viewer and as a consumer that this guy's supposed to be the favorite to win. Once again, that could be a swerve too, right?
Yeah, because that's what I picked.
But I'm going to be goddamn honest with you. There's some pretty convincing promos. He's like, listen, I'm not here for any other reason. You know why I'm here. There is no surprise. I'm telling you, I'm entering the Royal Rumble. And I told you what it's about. I'm like, I believe him. I believe what Cody is telling me right now. So I'm like, well, it's obvious you're going to get Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. They got to build Cody up to say, okay, this has got to be the guy to slay this beast. Okay, what about the bloodline? What about Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn is having a Daniel Bryan-like response and run right now. And it is a potential that, you know what, you could see a somehow Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns encounter for the title, because they could say, let's just pull the trigger because he's hot right now. You know, they have been known to change main events ahead of time. So what I'm saying is there's so many swerves, there's so many X factors, there's so many different things. And I'm like, man, I feel like they're throwing stuff out there on purpose. And they're trying to get us to follow all these different narratives because they're trying to throw us off. We're on this show right now. We all have 3 different ideas about what's going to happen. When is the last time it's been that way? This stuff has been pretty predictable for a while now. Let's just call it
Bray Wyatt.
You know what I mean? Like
or Dexter Lumis.
Or Dexter Lumis. Like this is what it's become. This is how you get fan interaction. We are interacting with the product like never before. The closest we got to interacting with product was telling people to suck it, and we getting in trouble for it because we either said it at church or at school or in front of somebody that was like, "Excuse me, what'd you say?" and didn't understand where it's coming from, right? But yet they found a way for the audience to interact with what we're doing, because at the end of the day, this is the topic of our show right now. Like, we're giving all our time, hard-earned money and energy to trying to figure out what in the world is going to happen in Royal Rumble, right? So they make a list and they tell you of the people that's kind of declared for the Rumble, right? And then the favorite makes it. I'm not no surprise, is that we all know Ed's going to show back up. Thank God it's no vignette. He shows up and goes, "No, I'm coming back to the Rumble. I'm back. Look at my arms. I'm looking nice and jacked. I'm coming for the title." You're like, "Well, shoot, I'm thinking Cody Rhodes. That's my favorite to go." But then you guys sit there and got all this Rock and Roman and stuff, and I'm like, man, that does kind of fit into the storyline. It does fit into the storyline where the Rock is about to take time off from doing movies to gather himself. I'm like, well, the Rock is relaunching the XFL. There's a lot of things that point to say, you know what, that it doesn't seem that far off.
Now you with it.
I'm just saying that I'm
they're
not
in Hollywood. They're in Hollywood.
They're in freaking Hollywood. Most likely he goes into the Hall of Fame. There's all these things.
Solo doing the little things he was doing earlier.
Solo's like turning into Umaga Jr., even though Umaga Jr. just started wrestling. You know what I mean? There's a lot of. Go ahead.
My bad. By the way, I think we're getting him and Gunther.
Really? You think anytime soon?
That joint would be me. I know we're getting it on SmackDown, but it's not. What, SmackDown this week? Is it this week? Yeah.
Yeah, this Friday. Yep.
But
the go home show.
That right there at WrestleMania?
What if AJ Styles' ankle really isn't broken? Maybe it's just a real bad sprain and he's actually back.
I don't know.
See, there it is.
Because I heard another story that they threw the X up for Seth Rollins.
They did.
Right. Everybody kept saying he tore something in his knee. He came back next week flipping and flying as usual.
Right.
I was shocked too. I was like, wait a minute. I thought he was hurt. And then like you said, the following week he came back and fully suited and booted. Like, he wasn't wrestling. He did a backstage segment. I figured, okay, they're gonna keep him around. And then the next week he was like back in the ring flipping and stuff.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know now. Like, they got us with the swerves, like you said. There's just so many possibilities, man.
And then like so let's say Brian, let's touch the topic you said. Well, what if we get Sammy versus Roman Reigns? Well, how? Right? Roman Reigns holds both titles. At some point, you could say, okay, well, one's going to be for one title, the next fight or championship is going to be for the other title. Roman holds both titles, and he's wrapped up in one storyline, right? And okay, so say Sami Zayn does challenge Roman Reigns. What does that mean for the Royal Rumble winner? What does that even? Where do you go from there?
See, and you remember the Elimination Chamber though is coming up. Guess where the Elimination Chamber is?
Exactly. And who's on the poster for that? The only superstar.
Is it Cody?
No, it's Sammy.
Are you serious?
I ain't even seen the poster.
I haven't seen the poster.
Shout out to Brother Hugh.
Oh no.
Yes, it's Sammy. He's being big time promoted for that pay-per-view or whatever it is. PLE.
Listen, man, they're doing
Premium live event.
He said Premium Elite. They're doing this on purpose.
No, I said PLE.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I said Premium live event.
Oh, my bad. Y'all got me confused. I'm tired. It's okay.
Wait, which poster? Okay, this might be a mock one, because the one I see has Sammy, Bianca, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre.
Now, I saw one where Sammy is literally just like this, or have his hand up or something like that.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, in the chair.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a chair there.
No, it still says official poster links, but yeah, that.
Oh yeah. Well, he's been big time push, of course, because he's in his hometown.
Look, but, man,
let's hold on. We can show it real quick.
Yeah, go and show it.
So if anything, go ahead.
No, you can keep talking.
I was about to say, if anything happens, they'll probably have.
Who the hell made Web B? You know what I'm talking about? That extension.
I blows me, bro. I be trying to upload photos, and I'm like, bro, what is that? Like, nobody reads that. Nobody reads, like nothing. Nobody reads that format. WEBP or whatever it is. Like,
somebody even said that on like online. Like, yo, when you see that, it's like, yo,
just double click it and screenshot it like I usually do.
Yeah,
right.
But yeah. Hold on, I'm just convert this.
Who said only on PK?
So like a lot of people are convinced that, like, okay, so let's go down a quick list before we go. Let's talk about this real quick, because we're gonna wrap this up in the next 10 minutes. We're not gonna be here forever. Here's the list of the entrants that they have announced 15 out of the 30 entrants for this year's Royal Rumble as of January 26, 2023. Okay, this is the announced competitors in the men's Royal Rumble match. They're saying it's Kofi Kingston, Santos Escobar, Ricochet, Austin Theory, Seth freaking Rollins, Bobby Lashley. Okay, see, look, there it is. Wow. Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, Rey Mysterio, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, Omos, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Karrion Kross. So those are the 15 entrants that have been announced. There's obviously 15 more that have not been announced, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just start shooting them out. What surprise entrants do you want to see? I'll go first. I want to see Stone Cold. I want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin. Think about it. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out, old school gear, has a moment, whatever the case may be.
It's in Texas.
It's in freaking San Antonio, Texas. Like it's not a match he has to do a lot in, have his moments, whatever the case may be. Brian, let's go ahead, choose somebody. Surprise interest, somebody you want to see.
I'm gonna go with my big brother in the chat, the guy, Brandon guy. I want to see Jay White.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Oh man, Jay White goes to WWE. We finally get a Jay White action figure, bro. Nobody has made a freaking Jay White elite style action figure. Super 7 was supposed to make it. AEW was bluffing with Jazz West when they did Forbidden Door. I've been pissed about it. Impact just got. He's not even an Impact. He's not been there long enough. They got their own action figures, but anyway, brother,
I'm gonna give you another one though.
Go ahead. What you got?
Woo woo woo. He definitely posted that on his thing. Yeah.
Matt Cardona has been trademarking all of his old Zack Ryder.
I was about to say, yeah. Did he get that trademark?
I mean, I think it's kind of obvious. I don't want him to return, but like it's Chelsea Green is returning. He has nothing else left to do in the Indies but collect money at this point. He's not getting any younger. You know, he should be, I guess, 37. He's run out of age, 36, 37. You know, there's nothing else left for him to do out there, even though, and you know, something more stable. And Triple H is in charge. Brother Hugh, another surprise entrant. Who do you want to see?
Who do I want to see?
Anybody you want to see?
Man,
anybody that's just.
I don't have anybody specifically that I want to see besides the two that Brian already named.
So you said we had Jay White and Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like we're gonna see Goldberg again.
You did mention that the other day. I think what do you have against Goldberg?
Come on, bro.
He's still Goldberg. He's still Goldberg though. This is a perfect match for Goldberg.
He's whack. I get it, but he's whack.
Dude, did you like WCW?
Yeah, it was cool.
No, he didn't.
You hate on like all the biggest stars.
Son, Goldberg, bro.
You hate on all the money makers, bro.
Come on now. Hey, I'm not even a Goldberg guy, but there ain't no denying his star power.
People
still talk about him.
I'm not denying his star power either. He just wasn't my guy. He was whack as hell to me.
You don't like Goldberg.
Nah, bro. Like,
I feel like brother, he was on the other side of the conversation. We know back when it was like either you're Goldberg or you're Austin. It was the beef.
I was always a WWE boy.
Yeah,
But then,
it's different now, but we got to keep it in context, brothers. We know how it was back in '98. Like it was like I remember being in Sunday school. My cousin like beefing, like, bruh, Goldberg is. I'm telling you, like we be in Sunday school, like, bruh, Goldberg is not better, and we just debate until we finally get in trouble because we wouldn't stop talking.
Yo, that's exactly where the wrestling debates took place too, because they couldn't take place on service as loud because the music was jumping.
Yeah, like Sundays, you couldn't talk in church. Like that was a no. Like you couldn't. Like it was no opportunity for you to talk at church. Either somebody was speaking or the music was bumping, like Brian they said. But at Sunday school, there was breaks in between Sunday school.
Yeah,
you're like, bro, you're not gonna sit here and tell me that Austin is a fake Goldberg and look at him, his body's he's not jacked. You like, man, you got to be kidding me. Austin,
we could get that showcase. We could get that showcase though. Austin and Goldberg in the ring together, and they, But
this is what I'm saying though. Like this is a perfect time to put all those old guys in a low maintenance match like the Royal Rumble, just for the moment. It's about moments, right? It's just for the moment. You probably could get all three. What if you got all three in the ring? What if you got Rock, Goldberg, Austin, and then Brock Lesnar's music hits and eliminates all of them?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's too much. Because now you're going. How does Cody Rhodes even survive in a match like that with all those legends?
All right.
Throw him out before.
Ooh.
Something to think about. But like I said, we're gonna wrap this up. Last question: Does Kevin Owens dethrone Roman Reigns?
No.
No chance.
Okay, one more question: Is there a chance Kevin Owens can beat Roman Reigns and then lose it again in Elimination Chamber?
If he wins by disqualification.
No. Do you think he can win the match and then lose it, like win it, go to Elimination Chamber, and then lose it again?
No,
because
he's not.
Because I forgot about Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Go
He's
ahead,
not
Brian.
disrupting this title reign.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that because in
But listen,
November, what is it? 1,000 days?
Yeah, but then what happens when you book yourself into a corner where you don't elevate anybody on the same level to the point where this guy gets undefeated? Or like you can't beat him at that point. Like that's the Bruno Sammartino run. Like you don't remember. You know why you don't remember Bruno Sammartino's runs? Because there was a lack of dance partners. There was no feuds. You remember your favorite wrestlers is because of their struggles, right? You remember their adversaries, their equals, right? You remember Hogan, Sting in '97 and that whole era. You remember Hogan, Savage. You remember Hogan, Andre. You know what I mean? You remember Austin, Rock. You remember Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. Shawn Michaels, Austin. You remember those things. You remember Triple H, Rock. Triple H, Austin. Triple H, Mick Foley.
And Roman and Brock then gave us enough memories.
Roman and Brock, for the love of, I mean, god dang. Like I think, and the crazy part, I think their later stuff is way better than their early stuff.
Oh, that's
without
not even,
a doubt. Like it's not even
it's not even fair.
You know,
before it was forced.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was just the second go round was way more organic. Even the match between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, their feud, the second go round was wonderfully done. Yeah. Like that was a redemption run, right? So I mean, I don't know. All I know is this is going to be a really, really exciting Royal Rumble. I think brothers will have a lot of fun. Brian, you're going to be there. You know, we live vicariously through you in these moments. So like you always will come back and you do diligence to describe the moment in ways that we felt like we was there ourselves. But these are just a few things I'm looking forward to. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm gonna tell you this is the last thing with Alexa Bliss. Even though I keep saying last thing like 5 times. Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair. There's going to be something going on here. There's no way in the world this is a regular match. It's not going to be. It can't be. It's because you got to save something for WrestleMania. But I think this will be the last chapter in Alexa Bliss kind of snapping and turning into something, going back to who she is. The Firefly Funhouse is back up and running. Bray Wyatt with the plumber's butt fixed up the firehouse. Those weird animals came back. Uncle Howdy popped up on that TV screen and got all weird. Said, "I told you he was going to be back." I'm like, so last spoiler alert. Does the Fiend come back against LA Knight? Brian H.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's obvious. Come on, man. How brilliant has this process been? You do that to bring back the Fiend, and do you have a Mountain Dew pitch black match? You have a Mountain Dew pitch black match, and the Fiend comes back. This is perfect.
Yep.
Or what if it's something completely different?
Now that's also a possibility. Do I think? I don't know.
You know Bray Wyatt.
He is a creator. That is true. I told Adam, I say, hey man, you can start playing with your Bray Wyatt because he only plays with guys he sees on TV. This is why AEW stays. Like, oh yeah, if that guy's getting a run on TV, oh yeah, he's getting good. He's getting action figure play. I'm like, yeah, you can get your Bray Wyatt figure out now because I got a crazy feeling he's going to show up at Royal Rumble against LA Knight. LA Knight continues to improve every day.
I was about to say LA Knight is the man, bro.
He's impressive, man. This is the best work I've seen him do. I'm talking like from his Eli Drake days, from that car insurance commercial he did with Ric Flair. Like this is like he's got to stop wearing those skinny jeans and them Ugg boots or whatever it is he got on. But he is man. I'm impressed with LA Knight. I think you guys ever wonder why they chose LA Knight to be Bray Wyatt's first like legitimate rival and opponent?
I never thought about it, to be honest with you. I thought it was a great spot for him.
I thought it was cool to see Bray Wyatt come back and work with a new guy, but a guy that can kind of carry his own. But last time, ladies and brothers, this is it. Brian H. Who wins the Royal Rumble?
Cody Rhodes.
Brother Hugh. Who wins? Okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Cody Rhodes for the men and
Rhea Ripley for the women. Got it, Brother Hugh.
I think she's the most important member of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, whew, man.
Uh,
You dang, go ahead, brother Hugh. Sorry, I had to think about it. Like, brother Hugh,
I
who
don't
wins the
know,
who?
man.
Here, come on, man. We trying to wrap up. Who wins the men's Royal Rumble? Spill the beans.
He already said Cody, so I just got finished watching last year's Royal Rumble, so I'm gonna go Seth Rollins.
No, come on, bro. You don't believe that. You do not believe. You
I
do.
don't
You do
know. I don't know
not.
what else to say though,
You. It's
because
okay. It's okay to say Cody Rhodes.
nah, I don't want to though. I want to give you know what I mean. Like, but if you think about it, Seth Rollins never lost.
He has a lot of momentum right now. I will say that, but he's a good guy.
But he
I
never
hope you're
lost.
right, Raj.
He never lost to Roman. If you think about it, Royal Rumble from last year, he never lost. He passed out.
He said, and he said it last year at WrestleMania Access. He
Right.
beat Roman and Brock both for the title.
Yeah.
Kind
So
of put that in his back pocket.
That's a possible storyline that you could revisit right there. And he took Roman to a different level. When Roman
Oh yeah, he got even skin.
yeah, Roman was like talking to himself, like talking to voices in his head during the match.
Trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, like he was going crazy. So it's like,
There it is.
yeah,
He
So
came
it's
out
like-
in full Shield gear. Go ahead.
so somehow if you could revisit that,
Mhm.
and maybe that's the person that takes it off of him, and then maybe you can revisit, I don't know, Cody and Seth or something, I don't know, or whatever. Who knows?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you. I was thrown off like 10 minutes ago when they talked about Elimination Chamber. I forgot that is like that's the last one of the last pay-per-views before the Rumble. That plays a big factor, and I
It
think
does.
Elimination Chamber. I think that's where the belts will finally get separated. I think Roman's going to be forced to defend those titles like the same night, not all for one, but like he's going to have two separate matches. Like, oh yeah, Roman, you're going to defend the WWE Championship versus the crop of superstars, and you're going to defend the Universal Championship against a crop of superstars
At the Chamber?
At the Chamber, why not?
So I see where you go with this, but I would actually see it the other way around more so.
What do you
have the Elimination Chamber match, and the number one contender.
Yeah.
Whoever wins becomes the number one contender for one of the belts.
Right.
I mean, you could, but why would you give up one of the belts? Like, there's Roman is not voluntarily defending one title versus the other. He's like, no, they're both mine. They're all one title. It is what it is.
Because you got 2 nights of WrestleMania.
You do have 2 nights of WrestleMania, but you got to get to WrestleMania first, right?
Yeah.
So you think he performs? You think he main events both nights?
I don't think he's going to be at the Chamber.
Right. Exactly. You know how
okay.
it is. He's a part-time guy.
So you think
even though it's Montreal and that's the Canadian market, I just don't think he'll be there.
So you think whoever wins the Chamber will be the number one contender at some point in whatever?
Yeah, just like they did with the women. That's how Bianca got her chance last year. Remember, she ain't win the Royal Rumble.
Who won it?
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda won it last year.
Man, this is tough. That's why I like talking to y'all, because I was fine, bro. I was fine mentally where I was at. Y'all just completely like, I don't cuss, so it's like y'all just completely messed me up in my head right now. Because I was just like, oh shoot, I felt comfortable with my theories and I was running with it, right? Until you go say something like, oh wait, no, this champ. I'm like, I was like, what do you mean he's not gonna be the champ? And I'm like, oh shoot, somebody think about it. So now you have a contender at the Royal Rumble that's like, hey, I want a shot at the title. And then you have Elimination Chamber winners like, well, shoot, I earned it. We both earned shots at the title. And Adam Pearce, well, shoot, you got 2 titles. You got to defend both those bad boys. You hit the ultimate reset button.
Do you create a new title?
No.
Just throwing it out there.
The only reason why I don't think they merging the titles because it's simple. Money.
If they wanted to merge those titles by now, they would have. But
Bingo.
And I know they're not going to, is because as much as they're building up the mid, I don't want to call it mid card, I want to call them like mid-level titles, the second tier titles like the United States Championship. Those are the shows and the IC title. They have been the top titles on those individual shows while Roman does whatever he wants to do. And I know those networks, I know we have these TV deals coming up. Those networks are very specific about, no, I need a champion on these shows. Like that's been that's kind of out there. That's kind of public knowledge. That's public domain per se, right?
Oh yeah, you gotta think too. They trying to sell.
Of course, like it's and this is the time of year, especially with Vince McMahon being back, where they're looking at an expansion. Triple H has WWE rocking, and they said the demand for WWE's licenses are starting to go through the roof. You know what I mean? Triple H has found a way to make the product. It's like he is hitting every demographic, right? So he's found a balance between the older fans versus the newer fans and the casual fans and the kids. And it's like, man, he's giving everybody a little bit of everything. And because of that, you know, it's starting to become more lucrative in regards to the demand for the WWE product and its expansion, so on and so forth. So I don't see them uniting those titles. If the company was in bad shape, they were losing money, and they said we got to, you know, consolidate, I can see that. But that's just not, like you said, Brian. They're making too much money off these things, and they're not about to, you know. Okay, we're gonna stop selling this. The only reason they sold, they were done with the World Heavyweight Championship because it was an old title. Introduce a new title and say, okay, cool, let's add another title. It was the same thing with a different color strap on it. Like, you know, but man, brothers.
How about them new titles? You know, we talk about them. The ones that the Raw specials.
Man, I did not. I don't like. What are those titles called? What are they called? This like signature series.
Signature series. Now, you know, Brother Corey. He's the. You know, if anybody knows Brother Corey, my kicks are my fix. The Winged Eagle is his favorite championship.
Yes, that is true.
He said this is one of his favorites, like top 3
really?
Winged Eagles.
I have to text him and have a conversation with him about this because I got
a lot of times. I will say a lot of times with those type of titles, I got to see him in person. Because like I really wanted I didn't like the dual plate when they first posted it. I didn't like the way they shot it on with the cameras. But when I seen it in person, that's the title I'm chasing. The dual plate, the dual plated Winged Eagle and the dual plated tag team titles.
I never liked dual plated belts. I never liked the gold and silver. I'm like, give me all gold. I don't know why. I just give me all gold or give me all silver.
Gotcha.
You know, that's just that's just me. It's nothing, you know, to that. But I got to talk to Brother Corey because I get that those signature series belts are not meant to be like, okay, the most like, because you know, you look at it and like, oh, this didn't make any sense. It's not supposed to. It's meant to commemorate a particular superstar during that time, and these titles were no different. I'm too much of a traditionalist, as you can see. You know, I'm too much of a traditionalist. So you know, those extra titles is not my cup of tea, man. But he got, like I said, he got 1 of 30. So, you know, that was a big deal. I know if anybody was going to go get one, it was going to be him. So shout out to Brother Court, my kicks and my fix, and his belt capades, and as he travels to Philadelphia and enjoyed Raw 30. But brothers, man, once again, the Royal Rumble is coming up this Saturday as of this recording. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. Any closing thoughts? Any last comments? Anything you guys want to kind of get out of there before we wrap the show up?
Yeah, Royal Rumble. Looking for I don't know if it's going to be necessarily a classic, right? Like, I don't know if it's going to be, you know, certain ones are classic.
You don't trust Triple H?
I don't think it's that. I think it's more so I don't think we're in a landscape where we're shifting right now. Like 92 was a classic because we got Flair, right? 94 was the first time we had a 2-time winner, but it also shifted to like the Bret Hart run. 96 shifted to the Shawn Michaels run. You know what I mean? 98 shifted to Austin. So I'm not sure if we get that necessarily, but I mean, the Alamo Dome, I think it's going to be hot. You know, that's where it's a stadium. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And like I said, I'm really looking forward because I can't call this Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair match.
This is going to be creepy.
I know Krista B going to kill me for this one. Right now, I got Alexa Bliss penciled in. But
okay, I don't think the match even finishes, to be honest with you. But go ahead.
Ooh.
Right,
I'm telling you, man. I don't trust. See that? Yeah, that's I got my hit back because that's what y'all did to me. He was content thinking what you had in your head was good, and then somebody said something. Go, oh shoot, that makes that's making sense to me too. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on with this Uncle Howdy thing.
Some foolishness going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't see Bianca Belair losing that title before WrestleMania. She's like John.
That's
Cena
another thing. Exactly. So that's what I'm confused at.
Guess what? We was also confused at WrestleMania when she came out that box and spilled all over her forehead, and when Randy Orton beat the Fiend, and we never saw him for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
man, but Bianca's having a historic title run. You know,
and most historic title runs are what? They're not disrupted.
Mm-hmm. And you know, to plug my guy Nick Bond, he wrote a piece on the Ringer about the you know, a lengthy title run. We talked to him today, and he was saying like he's more impressed with this Bianca run than Charlotte's 14 runs because, you know, being able to hold the title versus, you know, the back and forth. Like I said, brother Brandon always says, I ain't impressed by Ric Flair. He lost the belt 16 times.
There you go.
You know, so I mean, it all depends on what you want from your wrestling, you know?
Sure. What about you, brother? He, what's your take on that?
I don't know. I'm lost. I got
No,
lost.
it's okay. No, it's okay.
I wasn't paying attention. Brian was talking.
It was like that moment in class where your teacher's like, "So, brother, what's the answer?" You're like,
"Yo, they used to beat him all the time."
I was like, look, hey, huh?
Yes, brother has the third. What's the answer? Were you paying attention? You're like,
see, if you carry the one,
like, brother has the third. We're in English class,
and
right
we
now.
had the worst math teacher. They told us you don't like her now, but when you graduate and you get older, you're gonna be so happy that you had her. Look, I went to high school. I got some black math teachers that was good at what they did. They're not the none that I had, and I still didn't care for her because she was terrible.
Hey,
Out to the people's solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Brother Hugh's favorite line.
I'm sorry, what was the question? But brothers, we did it again. We're wrapping up. This is I'm looking forward to the Royal Rumble. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
January 28th, Saturday, right?
I'm just looking to have fun.
Yeah,
honestly,
no doubt.
at this point, like I'm tired of like trying to book it.
Yeah.
It's like maybe like a week or so ago, I was just like, man, I ain't trying to book this no more, man. I just want to enjoy it. And I feel like that's the trend now for me lately.
Yeah.
Let me just sit back and chill. I understand. Well, I am eager to see how since this being, you know, Triple H's first actual like.
I'm telling you, man, I'm with you, brother. I know where you're going.
I'm eager to see what he gonna come up with.
There you go, man.
He got the Royal Rumble, he got WrestleMania. So what is he gonna do? This is the first one ever that hasn't been ran by Vince McMahon.
This is and you know that, you know, as much as Triple H does as we talked about, Triple H cannot wait.
He goes to Vince gonna be like,
Vince is probably home like losing it, bro.
Right.
Like,
he's
probably flipping his wig. Like,
I wish there was Young Rock right now, like Young Rock episode to translate. Because you know how like you see all those like the parts where Vince is in Gorilla, good jobs, you know. Like, can you imagine? I hope somebody is documenting all this stuff, man, because I would love to see how that would go.
Bruh, I can only imagine. Right, Vince is just like, and I think the more successful Triple H is, the more it bothers him. Like just because his natural masculine competitive nature is like, you know, So but,
you heard he was like, look, man. He said, hey, this booking stuff is not easy.
Yeah. He's like, why is everybody looking at me? This booking stuff is not easy. Like, you know, Brownie he didn't like that moment.
I loved every bit of that segment, man.
I didn't think it was enough, but Brian Nation brother Brandon thought it was too much. Like too much DX. No such goddamn thing.
Just think about it. Look how real it is. It's just a bunch of old farts.
And it's like, and it's funny
because friends.
We watched them when they were young and cool and rebellious, and they're just like, "Look, man, we're old. My knees hurt." Triple H got in his face and said,
I'm retired. No way, dude. No way, dude.
For a quick second, I was like, "Uh-oh, DX Ray have one more." They said, "Well, I'm retired. I'm sorry, I can't." Did anybody else? Next one is like, "Oh, so you guys can lose to me?" Well, man, I got real bad shin splints. If you watch, like, shut up. How do I turn this watch thing off? This pissed me off. Anyway. But anyway, it keeps talking. Like, be quiet. I wasn't talking to you. But
man, subscribe to our Patreon because I might drop some Patreon exclusive photos and stuff.
Oh, by all means. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. Hit the breaking news button. You got to break it. Where's the breaking news button?
We don't have one. We keep saying
we don't have one. We don't have one. All right. Bye. Brian,
I think it ain't about to get us. They got us.
No, I said that's the one we got flagged on. Right. I was like, as soon as you played, I said no. But But yeah, subscribe to our Patreon. Brian Ace has made it very clear he's going to potentially drop some exclusive content footage, whatever the case may be, during his time at Royal Rumble. Oh, bro, I know what you can do for some exclusive content. This is why I'm a content person. Can you go to the Superstore?
Yeah, if they, yeah.
Because I know like they have the store that's open like 2 days. It's like the 20. I think it's open up.
See, because like, all right, so
today in it, it's the
I don't
26th
know,
to the
bro.
28th.
Because the one in SummerSlam was kind of
compare. You know what it is? SummerSlams was meh compared to WrestleMania, because like WrestleMania's in like the same arena as
Sure.
So then SummerSlam, like, again, being a spoiled wrestler fan. Now Survivor Series was weak when I went in Brooklyn.
I mean, because it was Survivor Series, but they advertised the store. I'm like, well, it's got to be something special. They saying like, oh, come to the store 2 days before the show.
Because it's always like you can get all the, like, you know, when you go to a show, right? You can only get the main belts. Like you can only get the main title of that show. Where the Superstore, you can always get like the titles, and then they always have like that one title they just dropped. So like Survivor Series, it was the Bella Twins belt. And then I think Randy Orton's belt. SummerSlam, it was Rey Mysterio's belt.
Rey Mysterio, yeah.
That joint ugly though.
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm not a fan of none of those titles. But it's
do you like the legacy ones? That's what I meant to ask you, because I saw not the ones that's like made like this, but like, you know how they made the Macho Man belt, the Ric Flair belt, the Undertaker belt, but it's like the legacy series.
Aren't they kind of the same thing?
No, those the ones that's like completely like it has its own design. I had to send it in a group chat. But
so
it's like,
but didn't that Raw 30 fall into that category though?
No, that's the signature series.
Okay, see, I'm confused though.
I think it's,
I don't like those.
You seen the Macho? Okay, but say you seen the Macho Man belt?
Yeah. I saw them. But I thought they were all the same thing though.
Because those are usually like $800.
Okay.
Those are usually like $800. Where the ones that's like this is just, you know, $400. Whatever.
No.
I love the Scott Hall Intercontinental one though.
No,
or Razor Ramon, I should say.
I don't like any of those. I'm too much of a traditionalist. Like I'm just like no. Give me the original.
My God, Jermaine Every in the building.
Wow. Burning the midnight oil, even though
said, damn, I'm late as hell. Shout out to the casual wrestler. Always the casual wrestler here every week. Let me make sure I got all the shout outs there. We already know Brother Raj, exclusive. I don't know how to say it. M4PE. Shout out to them.
WEPP.
Right, those wrestling girls. Shout out to, well, we know that's Queen PR. It's Crystal coming from her own town. There it is. And our guy we mentioned earlier, Drew Willingham. Make sure y'all check out his stuff. So if you missed the announcement earlier, he dropped his new show titled Kayfabe Express. So Drew always been good to us. So
good to him.
Yeah, man.
Show him the love.
Check out the Flex Zone too. That's the only sports show you should be watching. Forget them people on TV. It's like, I mean, but no, seriously, you should be checking out the Flex Zone.
Right, he did say.
I mean, because people not going to do it, but you know, the Flex Zone give you content, instant reactions all the time. I'm subscribed, so I get the alerts.
For real?
You don't want to hit Shannon Sharp like skill. Skill.
No, see, because that's what you do, Skip. Every time you try to get personal with me.
You got personal. He said, "Put those glasses back on." Like, oh, you better watch yourself, Skip. Don't be talking. Can't be talking to brothers like that. Now.
Speaking of glasses, Jermaine said, "Where's Hugh's glasses?"
Oh, he's late to the party. He late to the party,
here, baby.
Brother, he right up. Look at him. Bam.
Yeah, he was looking real good earlier.
I was about to say, Brian. They said he was looking real cute earlier.
I didn't even say that word. I say looking like a sexy uncle.
That's just as bad.
Oh, also shout out to Sir Wilkins earlier this week getting a win over Simon from yeah, he did the match with Simon, man.
Wow.
And he got the win. Shout out to his brother who, you know, had to go in and fill in and ref, you know. So shout out to Mr. Black. So, you know, big props to them. You know, Sir Wilkins got to live out his dream. If y'all did check out the clip, they did like the little cinematic clip before he went to the ring. They came out with the LL Cool J music.
Wow, that's some real New York flavor right there.
Exactly.
Right. Like if that it doesn't get any more New York than that. That's tough.
Did he have a one pants leg up?
No, because he had a singlet on.
Okay.
Yeah, what's somebody LL Cool J one singlet up there.
But he had the Black Power hat on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, Royal Rumble Sunday, man.
Saturday, right?
It's Saturday.
Saturday, I said yeah, Saturday.
I know you
Shoot.
It's Saturday. Come on,
showing your
bro.
age. It's all good though.
You're old as hell.
I remember the '94 Rumble vividly. I vividly remember that being on a Saturday because I remember we had to like go to church the next day.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I mean that's just well. Real quick, do you guys miss the Royal Rumbles being on pay-per-views or the premium live events being on Sundays now instead of Saturdays? Does
It's
that make a
weird.
difference for you guys?
It was weird at first because you always looking forward to that first Raw.
Yeah,
Especially after like the big ones, like
the day after, you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Right.
because tomorrow night's gonna be lit.
something gonna be good, But as long
Especially when
as
they
we
do
got it,
that cliffhanger.
I'm about to say, as long as we got it for WrestleMania, I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah, it's 2 nights. Yeah, I don't mind it Saturdays.
Okay.
Man, I don't mind it. I know when we was me and brother Hugh, we was with Corey Graves after SummerSlam.
Mhm.
He
Shout
was
out to
loving it.
Corey.
Yeah,
Corey
shout out
the
to
man,
him.
bro.
Yeah,
Up
big
there talking
baseball
about
guy.
our Swingman Griffies.
Yep.
He said, "Dude, I love your shoes, man." It's like, man, I'm a big baseball fan.
Yep. But yeah, he would say he loved it because he ain't got to rush, to the next town or whatever
Yeah,
for it.
absolutely.
So,
Nah, that makes sense though.
She's coming back, by the way.
Carmella.
Yeah, I feel like she's coming back.
Okay,
I don't know. Is she healthy? Because she went through
I
some
don't
medical
know.
stuff.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
speak on it because I don't know exactly what it is. But I know, shout out, prayers to her. That she's,
Somebody said Naomi. Oh,
Yeah.
who was that? Was that Brother Raj? So who said Naomi? Somebody
I think Brother Raj. That's who. So Naomi is a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He picked her to win the Rumble though, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not? I think that'd be a crazy way to stick it to Sasha Banks though. Don't you guys think so?
I think
Yeah,
Sasha would be happy.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
she'd be happy.
she'd be
I'm sure she would be happy, but like, come on now, like they didn't give it to her before, Well, she had the glow belt and stuff like that.
I might change my pick for work. Shout out to Brother Raj. I might do that.
I'm telling you, I can see that happening. I don't think it'll be a long, extensive run. Rhea doesn't need the title because of what she does. She's in a main event storyline with Judgment Day. Like she's not in a women's storyline. You know what I mean? Like,
I just feel like right now she's like outside of like Bailey, but Bailey and Becky are tied up with each other. I feel like she got the most momentum. Like somebody would love to see win would be Shayna and Charlotte, but we already seen that before.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shayna's older, but Charlotte is a queen though, so like she counts for two people.
Does Rhea show up in the men's and women's Rumble?
That's something we haven't seen before. Did Nia Jax show up in both, or was there not a women's Rumble at that time in 2020?
Not at the
No.
I don't
Wait,
think she was in
Nia was in 2020.
Yeah, she got RKO by Randy Orton.
Yeah,
That was 2020 because I just finished watching that Rumble match.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones.
So I think she was in both.
Okay, so hey, it's a possibility. I don't
I
remember.
know
them having a
Tamina
women's-
got eliminated.
Okay,
Yeah, because the first women's Rumble was 2018.
honestly, I think that's why they didn't do a whole lot of stuff with the women for Raw 30. The development twins were up in arms about it, but I was like, well, I think they're trying to. I don't think they want people to get familiar. They want people to be shocked for the women's Rumble because they always bring back ladies that can still go like the Michelle McCool's and stuff like that. And it's like, well, but I don't know. That's a conversation for a different day.
You shoot fight children, man.
Yeah, just
like I go back and watch like a lot of the old stuff, especially during the Attitude Era. Is it kind of hard for y'all to watch the women's segments on that now?
What do you mean? Like the whip? Well, it's
it's different. It's different. I don't know how to explain it. It's different for me now because it's like I see what they can do. And it's kind of like
the wrestling matches. Yeah, watching gorgeous ladies do whatever they want to do on TV. No, but like you wrestling matches, because just the quality of the matches back then compared to now, it's just they don't even match up. You know what I mean?
Yo, what the
They
heck?
didn't even try. But what?
Did you lose your audio again?
No, Anthony Davis.
What about him?
He appeared to sprain his ankle on a buzzer beating.
Oh,
Oh my gosh!
But they said he remained in the game.
Why are you even mad about that? Like,
Yo, trade him.
That's expected.
Mr. Glass, man.
Right?
Yo.
Like, I don't
Go
understand.
trade him, Dwayne.
Why you still?
Nah, I'm cool. I need the money. I'm not. I left the Lakers a long time ago. It's like I left after last season.
Jermaine says 2019 Nia appeared in both Rumbles. So
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, So, all right, well, it's possible, man. I think there's going to be no shortage of surprises in both the men's and the Women's Rumble. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. And brothers, I'm looking forward to it. But you can follow us on all social media platforms at Wrestling Realm. Subscribe to our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube at the Wrestling Realm. I am the real Dwayne Allen. He is Brian H. Waters, the Jack Daddy himself. He is Brother Hugh has the third, aka Ring of Honor champion. Rest in peace, Jay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go. Brian H. is going to be in the building. That should be a lot of fun. Right? We're looking forward to it. Stay close to our social media platforms for all the content and exciting news and other stuff dropped from the Wrestling Realm. We have a lot of new things going. We're doing a slight expansion. We're green lighting new shows. We're producing new content. So we appreciate you for sticking with us for this long. And trust me, like Michael Jackson said in the "This Is It" promo, you haven't seen nothing yet.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yes!